Imagine if you could have a portable home theater system the size of carry-on luggage. Well, that's exactly what this is. This is the Nebula X1 Pro. Nebula is actually now part of Soundcore, and they sponsored this video and sent me this incredible projector. Not only does it have an all-in-one core suite design with satellite wireless speakers, built-in subwoofer, a 4K tri-laser engine, it can direct the sound precisely where you're sitting with FlexWave technology, it has one-click smart setup, and it even comes with 2 wireless microphones, so you can do karaoke with the X1 Pro. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do some in this video. And while it worked great indoors, you can cover an entire wall with an amazing image, and it even has color corrections, so no matter what paint you might have, the picture is still gonna look great. It really shines when you bring it outside, and I have it here with a 200-inch projector screen. Now, even though it is an entire home theater in a box, taking it out is super simple because it has wheels and literally a luggage carrying handle, just like you're rolling your carry-on luggage. It actually has a retractable power cable that sits in the bottom, and everything is self-contained, so the remotes, those wireless microphones, even 2 USB-C cables to charge those microphones, all nest nicely inside the X1 Pro. Just plug it in, turn it on, and then it's gonna take care of the rest, focusing that picture and finding the perfect spot on your wall. Even if you didn't perfectly line it up straight on with whatever wall you're projecting on or a screen, it will be able to adjust the angle to give you that full and best picture quality. They call it spatial adaptation, plus like I mentioned, autofocus and auto keystone. It even has 25-degree auto micro gimbal, and that can easily adapt to walls up to 10 feet high. And there's great projector features like ambient light adaptation and eye guard, so if your kids run in front of the projector, it'll dim quickly so not to hurt them. And after you turn it on and even start watching stuff, you will find that you're not going to hear this projector. It is a liquid cooling system, it improves heat dissipation by 15%, and runs super quiet, so even in those quiet dialogue moments when you're watching something, you're not going to be hearing the projector. And speaking of Dolby Vision, the picture quality is amazing. I've tested multiple projectors on this channel, and obviously this is not just a projector, this is an entire home theater system in one. But it has a 5,000 to 1 native contrast and 56,000 to 1 dynamic contrast. So even in those really dim scenes, like if I'm watching this one from Lord of the Rings, or those scenes in Interstellar, the blacks are inky, colors pop, and you don't have to try and squint in those really dim scenes, maybe in some of your favorite TV shows. And that picture looks incredible whether you're outside, even if it's just twilight, or if you're getting to dusk and night, which we're almost ready to watch a movie right here. The X1 Pro also projects 3,500 lumens and has a color gamut 110% Rec 2020. And you can really tell the brightness with that 14-element all-glass lens. There's a lot of times where I want to start watching a movie, but not have to wait till it's pitch black outside, because then it's late, kids are staying up late. And with this brightness, you can start it at twilight, maybe even sunset, and it's still going to look great. All right, let's talk about sound quality. Not only does it have the double subwoofers built in, but you get front left-right speakers and rear left-right speakers. And I know this speaker looks deceptively small, but it is actually super powerful, and when I set it up, even around my pool outside, it has incredible audio. I'll show you how it mounts to the screen in a second, but if you wanted to just leave it on the ground, which is actually how we did it a couple times, remember it's going to tune everything in the space with those 4 microphones built into the dock. So you can put the left and right center speakers on these little stands that are built in, or you can attach the front left and right speaker directly to the screen, just sliding it on to the attachment. Then the rear speakers are tucked away in the back, actually right above the HDMI, 2 USB-C ports, and a USB-A port. Or connect an Apple TV, you can do that with this port right here. Turn the little locking mechanism on the back, push it in, and they just pop out easily. And again, I know these look small, but they are deceptively powerful. Now, you can push these little legs in, and then they pop out. And once you turn everything on, it's going to tune all those speakers to your space. Now, the Nebula X1 Pro supports Dolby Atmos, and I was curious, can it deliver on that surround sound promise? And the first moment I realized it could is right after it tweaked all the speakers, it plays this kind of stock imagery, rain sounds, forest sounds, and even outside around my pool, it sounded amazing. Altogether, the speakers can output 400 watts and 107 decibels of powerful sound, enough to cover a large outdoor area like my patio here. Not to mention great coverage in indoor spaces too. We also watched a little bit of college and NFL football on the X1 Pro, and that crowd noise makes it feel like you are in the stadium. My father-in-law could not get enough of it.
Walking Hill, touchdown!
But it's okay even if you're sitting not in the perfect spot, because you're going to be able to move the sound around your sitting space to make sure that wherever you or your friends and family are sitting, that they're going to get the best sound. By the way, that technology is called FlexWave. It uses a 4 microphone array built into the dock to detect speaker positions and calibrate the sound field in real time. Indicate your seating position, and the speakers will automatically adjust their volume, direction, frequency, balance, and timing. And you can even manually drag that sitting point left, right, forward, and back, and you'll hear the sound adjusting to make sure it's perfect for where you're going to be. Plus, there's dual back-to-back subwoofers in the dock, so you're going to get surround sound and great bass if you're watching explosions, action, and it sounds great when I tested some of my favorite scenes from the Avengers, Interstellar, lots of Nolan films, things like that. There's actually a total of 14 drivers in those 4 satellite speakers, giving you 7.1.4 sound. And you're watching 4K Dolby Vision Dolby Atmos content on a 200-inch screen or on any wall in your home. Then you can use those 2 wireless microphones inside for karaoke. It actually has AI vocal removal, so you can play a song or even a movie with clear vocals. So maybe you want to watch something on Disney Plus, like Moana or some of the other sing-along type movies. Press the vocal removal button, and whether you're listening to music or watching a movie, it's going to remove the vocals from what's playing, and then your kids or you can actually do karaoke right there while you're watching or listening. See, all you gotta do is rub like so and ho. Those 2 microphones automatically connect to the dock, and you don't have to worry about losing them because they sit right in the top of the X1 Pro. Also, I got this 200-inch inflatable screen, comes with a pump, and that pump is actually battery powered. I was worried that I was gonna have to run an extension cord to wherever that pump needed to be in order to use the screen. Not the case. You can actually charge that pump, you see the battery level on top, and then you're free to put that screen wherever you'd like. All right, so real talk for a second, because I've done lots of projector reviews, and this one, we're gonna talk about the price and the deal you can get right now in a minute. But one of the challenges of using projectors outside has been the sound. I'll actually use an Apple TV usually and then try to AirPlay to a bunch of Sonos speakers around the patio and pool area. But it's hard to listen to. The Wi-Fi is sometimes just out of reach when it's across the pool. And a lot of times it was just a hassle. And then I would end up playing it through the projector and then no one can really hear very well. So this thing is actually incredible because not only does it look and sound great, but I can place those satellite speakers around my patio and pool area, adjust that FlexWave technology, and then I don't have to worry about trying to AirPlay or sync some other speaker to the projector. This thing takes care of all of it. One of the things we like to do is watch the Super Bowl here on the patio and have it on inside so people can go between them. I'm 100% going to be using the Nebula X1 Pro for the Super Bowl, but also just movie nights, especially when the time changes and it gets darker earlier. We really enjoy sitting out here, even in the hot tub, watching a movie on a 200-inch screen. This is going to be fun, both for my kids, for us as a family, and if my boys want to have their friends over, my oldest actually has a girlfriend right now, they can come over and enjoy just an awesome movie and sound all in one. So the Nebula X1 Pro cost $4,999. But remember, you're getting an incredible 4K Dolby Vision projector and a Dolby Atmos sound system, basically an entire home theater in one that you can use inside or outside. But there's actually a deal right now. You can save $2,000 right now. So that'll bring it down to $2,999. The inflatable screen is extra, but you can use this with any screen you might already have. Again, you can do it inside. At $3,000 for a 4K screen, plus a Dolby Atmos home theater system that sounds amazing, a pretty wild deal. Link to the Nebula X1 Pro is going to be down in the video description, and the sun is set, so it's movie time. Get subscribed and hit that like button if you haven't already. Tons of content about iOS 26, the iPhone Air, 17 Pro Max, and I have more Apple Intelligence shortcuts coming soon. I'll put a couple videos I think you'll like over here. If you have any questions on the Nebula X1 Pro or anything else, leave them down in the comments. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.